What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode, I love the little showdown between Carly and Ava. I do. Um, Fix my chair. I love the showdown between them. But the hypocrisy of Carly is amazing. Like every episode, she has to have some type of she has to be a hypocrite. Um, First of all, it was funny because she sat there and said Ava's insecure. She was like, "Oh, it seems like all the men in Ava's life want Kiki." First of all, Carly, you're the last person who should talk about somebody being insecure and all of somebody, Kiki, all the men wanting Kiki. Now, this is why I wish Ava was around during the time Brenda Barrett was around. I wish she was, because then she could have thrown that shit in Carly's face. Now, Carly, back in 2010, when Jax went to go help Brenda with Interpol and stuff like that, Carly was pissed when she found out Jax went out of the country to help Brenda. Then, when Brenda came to town, she was even more pissed that Jason had to spend all his time protecting her, which left little time for him to be around Carly. She was even more pissed when Sonny started bringing her flowers, bringing Brenda flowers, and trying to take her out on dates and spend time with her. And on top of that, at the same time, Spinelli was bending over backwards for Brenda. Getting her guest room together, getting all her favorites. And that's the thing. All these men in Carly's life, Spinelli, Jason, Sonny, Jax, all of them at the same time were all up Brenda's ass when she came back to town, jockeying for position. That shit pissed Carly off. You want to talk about insecure? Carly was livid. Jason was paying attention to Brenda. Sonny was paying attention to Brenda. Jax was paying attention to Brenda. Spinelli was paying attention to Brenda. All the while, nobody was paying attention to Carly. And she was pissed about it. Because everybody know when it comes to all those men, Carly loves to be the center of attention in their lives. She was pissed because she was no longer the center of attention. So she's the last person who should be talking about insecurities and somebody wanting somebody because you're pissed. I can tell you right now, if Brenda were to come back to town right fucking now, best believe Sonny would drop kick Carly. I'm telling you. He would drop kick her ass to the curb so fast. I'm telling you he would. I know Sonny would. Sonny has a weakness when it comes to Brenda. Jax has a weakness when it comes to Brenda. And Carly know it. So she's the last person who should be talking about somebody being insecure. The last person. I wish Ava was around during that time so she could throw that shit in her face. I would have laughed my ass off at that one. Because Carly always likes to sit there and act so smug and shit. And it's like, you need to knock that smug shit off your face. Because you are the last person to talk about anybody. The last person. See, this is why when it comes down to Ava and Carly, I'm more on Ava's side a lot of times than I am on Carly. Because it's like she's always so smug and hypocritical, judgmental. Like she acts like she's better than everybody. Like you're not better than nobody. You are probably worse than most of the people in that town. Like you're not better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you've done equal horrible shit to Ava. You know what I'm saying? Like you've done your fair share of dirt. So stop acting like you so damn superior. That's the problem that I find with her, Sonny, and Jason. I like all three of them, but at the same time, I just can't stand that superior attitude they all have. Like they feel like, oh, if somebody does something in that town, they need to pay for it. But they always feel like they don't have to pay for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets annoying sometimes. Like stop that bullshit. Like stop it. Y'all all horrible. All of y'all. Y'all are no different than Julian. Y'all are no different than Ava. You're no different than nobody. You're horrible. Like you've done horrible shit just like these people. And it's so funny because Sonny and all them want to call people garbage all the time. But what does that make you? You know what I'm saying? Like there's no thing as a good mobster, bad mobster. There's no such thing. No such thing. It's all criminal, so it doesn't matter. Um, so yeah, like she can. I mean, like I said, I get why Carly don't like Ava. She has a good reason to hate the bitch. Obviously, I mean, shit. The girl stole her son's medications, replaced it with some placebos or whatever, had him going crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some unforgivable shit. So her hatred of her is very valued. Is valid. You know what I'm saying? But Ava has a reason not to like this bitch either. They just don't like each other. Period. But that scene between Ava and Ryan, that shit was funny as shit. She went up in that therapy session, impromptu therapy session, hoping, not hoping, but she was anticipating that he was gonna judge her and, give her to read her the riot act and stuff about her behavior towards Kiki and Griffin, about how much she hates them. To her surprise, Ryan was basically egging her shit on. He was egging her whole revenge thing on. He was calling it masterful and shit. I was like, even Ava was looking at him like, what the fuck? Like, she wasn't expecting that shit. And I was like, yo, that whole scene was hilarious to me. I was like, yo, Ava is a sick, twisted bitch. I will say that. I love her to death, but the bitch is twisted. To come up in a therapy session and tell your therapist, who's not officially your therapist, first of all, I just want to say this. All these impromptu therapy sessions Ryan seems to be having with these people, are you getting paid for this? Because these are, usually therapists get paid by the hour. I'm like, these therapy sessions only last literally like 15 minutes. I'm like, how do you get paid for that? Like, you know how therapists charge you like 100 an hour, 200 an hour, depending on their expertise or whatever, or depending on how much they charge people. But how do you charge for somebody that just come in there for a few minutes? I'm like, how do you charge that? I'm like, I mean, I'm pretty sure the hospital is paying them, but still, like, how do you get paid for that? Um, but yeah, like Ava is sick and twisted. To sit there and say, I want them to hate me as much as I hate them. How could you hate your own child that much? I mean, I understand being pissed off at your kid. I get that. Plenty of parents get disappointed and pissed at their kids. But to flat out say, I hate my child, I was like, that's some sick shit. I'm just saying, like, you really do need a real therapist. And I do mean real therapist. Not this psycho killer running around, but you need a real therapist. I don't even think God can help Ava at this point. I really don't. A therapist ain't gonna be able to help her, and Jesus himself can't help this woman. I'm just saying. I do agree with her though that she did try redemption. She did try to redeem herself. She did try to do good things. She tried, but it didn't work because I mean it's the way Ava was brought up though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just how she lived her life, just getting revenge on people that do shit to her. That's how she brought up. It doesn't make it right, but that's just her mentality. And until she changes her mentality, she's always gonna want revenge on people. That's just her MO. It's what she does. It's what she know. You know, I feel like, I mean, usually I'm all for revenge. I am. I'm all for revenge. But in this particular case, I feel like, and I've said this a million times, I feel like her best revenge is living her best life. That's your best revenge. You want to show Kiki and them how to really get over some shit and how to live your life? Bitch, go on vacations. Get you a new dude. You know what I'm saying? Like live your life. Walk around with a smile. No fucks given. That's how you get revenge on a motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, Kiki and them, they're not stunting her. They don't care about Ava at this point. You know what I'm saying? They don't care what she think, what she got to say. They don't care. So at the end of the day, Ava need to do the same goddamn thing. Show that you're unbothered by this shit. Obviously, Kiki and Griffin are about to become a couple because they're Kiki sitting there in the gym professing her love for him or whatever, saying that she want him or whatever. So now they're about to become a couple and see where it go. So at the end of the day, Ava just needs to move the fuck on. Stop trying to make them hurt. Move on with your life. Walk around with a smile on your face whenever you see them. Show their asses that you're unbothered. You don't care that they're together. You don't even care that they exist at this point. Show them that. That's the best revenge you can get on a person. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But seeing as how it is a soap opera, they don't follow that code. See their term of my interpretation of revenge is way different than a soap revenge. I mean, soap revenge, you got to set them up, shoot them, something, hurt them. You know what I'm saying? That's their revenge. But I could see her doing all that to Griffin, but to your daughter, I'm like, I can't condone. Now, if she want to do something to Griffin, that's one thing. I don't care about that. That's fine. Um, in my opinion, he deserves it. I'm just saying, for a list of reasons, he deserves it, and everybody should know. Um, but to her child, though, I'm like, yeah, I can't condone that. That she's on her own with that one. Now, if you want to do something to Griffin, you got my vote. But Kiki, that should be off limits. That's your child. You know what I'm saying? You raised that girl. Um. So anyway, fucking Peter offered Griffin a job at the magazine at the Invader. As you know how those doctors be giving their medical opinion and stuff like that, like they have like a medical column and stuff in these magazines. He offered him that position. Griffin was like, nah, he didn't want to take it because he feels like his career is not over. Let me tell you something. A lot of doctors who contribute to these magazines are still practicing doctors. You know what I'm saying? It's just something on the side for them, you know? And I feel like for right now, since Griffin is not practicing medicine right now, he should have taken the job. At least it's an income right now. You know what I'm saying? And when you do get your job back at the hospital, you can still contribute to the magazine on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like he should have took it. I would have. I'm just saying. I mean, I do respect the fact that Peter is running around trying to give people opportunity, like Lulu and Griffin. You know, he's giving y'all jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to do, nice things and redeem himself. I do give him credit for that. Cause he doesn't have to. It's like, he ain't gotta give them no job. Lulu could have stayed at Aurora Media and kept doing little, puff pieces and shit. But he giving her something better. You know what I'm saying? Like he's giving Griffin an opportunity. If they want to take it, cool. If they don't, cool. But he let them know, like, anytime you want to come on board, let me know. I think that was pretty cool of him. Pretty nice. Griffin's a damn fool for not taking it, but I digress. So anyway, that whole Felicia and Ryan scene was so fucking creepy. Like every time she would throw an insult out about Ryan, you could see Ryan's facial expression. Like he looked like he getting more tense, more mad. He just looking like I want to kill this bitch right now. I said, yo, he got something sadistic planned for her. That fool said, when I figure things out, I'ma page you. I said, page? Even Felicia said that. She said, what are we, back in the 90s? I was like, for real, page? I haven't seen a pager in so damn long, I forgot what one looked like. Matter of fact, I should Google that shit. Because I haven't seen a pager in so goddamn long. I'm like, Lord have mercy. He said, I'm a page you. I said, don't you mean text? He said, page. Hell, I would have said FaceTime or something. That fool said, I'm a page you. I said, well, what year are you in? 94? Damn, brother, you about 24, 25 years behind the times, ain't you? I said, well, I'll be damn, page. I said, I was about to turn the channel when he said that. As soon as he said that, I was about to say click. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Page. What universe is you in these days? Well, you better, this ain't 1994. You better come to 2018 real quick. So he was like, oh, I'm going to text you. I said, that's better, Ryan. Yeah, you might want to hit that text, bro. I don't know about that page. I don't even know how to send a page. I don't remember how you do it. I was so young when the pagers was out. I was like, I don't even remember how you. I remember my mother, I think, had a pager back in like 1998. I was like 5, and I used to mess around with her pager. I don't even remember how the fuck you send a page, how you read a page. I don't remember none of that. I'm like, I don't remember. It was so long ago. So yeah, he got something crazy planned for her. Like he talking about, oh, I'm gonna pick a quiet place for us to be alone. I said, no. You better not. And the way he touched her shoulder though, like when he was sitting down on his desk and she was sitting in front of him and he was just patting on her shoulder and stuff, the way he rubbed it though, I'm like, she ain't noticed that? The way he rubbed her shoulder like that, I'm like, don't no married man rubs another married person's shoulder like that or seductively like that. I'm like, he was rubbing it a little too seductive. And I'm surprised she didn't notice unless she just brushed it off. But I'm like, no, that motherfucker looked crazy. Every time she threw an insult about Ryan out, he looked like he wanted to just choke her right then and there. Like his face would tense up. I was like, oh, this bastard is crazy. I was like, yo, Ryan is giving me so much enjoyment on this show right now. I can't front. Like, Ryan is like one of the best things about this show right now. Like, whoever came up with this idea, thumbs up to you because this shit is entertaining. It's definitely holding my interest. So anyway, moving on from that, Jason and Sam or whatever, they hanging out at the penthouse because he waiting for Danny. It's about time he had a damn scene with Danny. I was like, it's about fucking time, Jason. But I always like his scenes with Danny. I wish he would spend some more time with Jake on screen though. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be like Elizabeth acting like you only got one child. Like, for real. Elizabeth be walking around acting like Jake was her only child. I'm like, bitch, you do got 2 other kids. Like, where they at? Did you at least bring them a PB&J sandwich to the attic at least so they could eat? had me call child services on you for not feeding them kids. I'm just saying, like, she be acting like like Jake was her only child, and that's how Jason acting like with Danny, like that's your only son. Fool, you got another child being raised by somebody who you don't like. You might want to step in there and take him to a ball game or something. But I like their scenes though today, him and Danny and stuff like that, where he's showing them that book that he made for school. It was like a book showing about talking about families and how different, how many different shapes and stuff families come in. Like you got kids that got one parent, you got kids that got two parents, you got kids that got a mommy and a daddy, a mommy and a mommy, a daddy and a daddy, all different types. And I thought that was pretty cool. I love their scenes until Danny had to be, do you love mommy and all that. I'm like, oh Lord. Kids ask them questions that you just don't want to answer, but you ain't got no choice but to kind of answer it. But you want to answer the question without actually answering the question. Try to be all diplomatic about it and shit. I said, I wonder how Jason gonna get out of that when he answer that question. I am happy though that Nina reached out to her daughter. I am. I'm extremely happy Nina reached out. And the reason being, I can understand where Nina was coming from as to why she didn't want to reach out because, she thought maybe the daughter wouldn't want nothing to do with her and yada, yada, yada. I get it. But at the same time, it doesn't matter how old your child is. As long as she got breath in her body and as long as you got breath in your body, y'all can still have a relationship. It ain't never too late. I don't care how old they are. You could be 70, she could be 50. It don't matter. It don't matter. As long as you still breathing, she's still breathing, y'all still got a shot at a relationship. It's that simple. It's just that damn simple. You still got a chance. You know what I mean? Take the chance. And I'm glad that she called her and left her. I guess she left her a voicemail or whatever. I think they should hang out and meet. You know what I mean? Get to know your child. But for me, like I said yesterday, something about this shit just does not click with me. I feel like there's something fishy about it. I still feel like this girl is not Nina's child. That's just how I feel. Even though we got two DNA tests from two separate facilities, my gut is telling me somebody fucked something up. I don't know if Valentine did that shit on purpose. I don't know. That's the rumor. I don't know. I mean, it's something about it just don't seem like it's likely. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think so. So anyway, I have to agree with Chase. Something else is going on with Finn that his father or somebody ain't talking about. I'm like, there's no way Finn is he's this mad and hateful. Not hateful towards his father, but you're this angry with your father because he got remarried and had a brand new child. Like, are you really, like, you're that mad about that? And all of this was over 20 years ago? And you're still hot about it? Something else has to be going on. It has to be bigger than what he's saying. Because there's no way this is the only thing you're mad about. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think it's something more to it. And I agree with Chase. It definitely is. The father trying to act like he don't know what he's talking about. Talking about, oh, you're the detective, figure it out. And why don't you just tell him what it is? Because clearly it's something bigger going on that you're not talking about. Obviously. So tell him what the fuck it is. I think the father do know more than what he's saying. He's just being an ass and not wanting to talk about it. It's best if you do talk about it, because I feel like it's way deeper than what they're talking about. Finn obviously ain't gonna open up because it's not his style, but somebody need to open up and talk about it, because clearly, like, it's eating at you and it's bothering you so much that you can't even go to dinner with the man. I mean, like, damn, you can't go to dinner with him? It's something bigger. It's deeper, and hopefully we find out what it is. I want to know. So anyway, I think that's everything in this episode. I already mentioned Kiki and Griffin. I really don't care about them becoming a couple, honestly, because them as a couple is kind of like paint drying or whatever. I really don't care. Just know you got a target on your back because Ava coming for your ass at this point. Once Ava find out that they're full blown a couple, she gonna fuck shit up. Y'all just fueling her anger at this point. Like, you're fueling that anger. Like, she's already hell bent on getting revenge. Once she find out that y'all a couple, watch your ass. You better hire some guards or something. I'm telling you, because it's a wrap. But anyway, hit that comment button. Let me know what y'all thought about today's episode. Smash that like button. And I will see all of you later. Have a great day. Peace.